7 more laps to go. They calculate how many laps after the timekeeper estimates the time that they take each circuit, and then they calculate how many laps will be covered in the 60 minutes of racing. 6 riders now starting to go away, covered in dirt and slush and mud that's been thrown up. There's nowhere to hide in this. It really is a tough sport. Still at the front, persisting, is Dlask. Strong rider here, Dlask. He's world ranked 9th, 25 years of age. And he finished 4th, actually, in the World Cup. So he's been in very good form all the season. He's had top 4 places on several occasions. So it's no surprising that this rider from the Czech Republic is taking them on at the front. Getting towards the time now where stamina and determination will start to play a part, and as tiredness begins to creep in, that's when mistakes are made. Wim de Vos, you see, by nearly falling, is 9 seconds off the pace of the leaders. We'll take a short break. Welcome back to our coverage here of the World Cyclocross Championships, as the leading group now continue to make their way round yet another one of these circuits. These 6 are now beginning to engineer a gap over the rest of the field that is fragmented all round the course. Let me just bring you up to date with 1 or 2 other results in the Under-23 Espoirs Championship. It was won by the very talented 20-year-old Belgian Sven van Turenhout. He came home 16 seconds ahead of Tomas Trunška of the Czech Republic and David Kazek, also from the Czech Republic. British finishers in that were Tim Morley back in 42nd, 46 was Phil Dixon, and 49th was Sean Snodden. That's the result of the Espoirs. This is a shot of Radomir Simonuk, the man I was mentioning earlier on, greatest cyclocross rider to come from the Czech Republic. In the Women's World Championship, it was a repeat win for Hanke Koopvernagel. She defended her title. She won last year successfully. Corrine Dorland, who was 10 times a World BMX champion for the Netherlands, took the silver, and Daphne van den Brand, also from the Netherlands, took the bronze. Louise Robinson was in 6th position, Nicole Koch 7th, and Isla Roundtree finished 15th, and Susan Thomas 20th position. This is the chasing group now, and oh, problem here. Another one of the Dutchmen running out of ground there. That looked like Gerben de Necht. Gerben de Necht, one of the members of the Rabobank squad, just coming up against the barriers, overshot a corner. No problems to this man though, right at the front. It's still Grunendahl. And I must admit, Grunendahl is underlining the form that he's shown in the season. Question is here though, would it be better if he could try and get a ride in 1 or 2 of the wheels of this leading group and not to expend too much energy? But he doesn't seem to be bothered about that. I must admit, the front position is the favoured position. You can pick the line, the safer line, if you're riding on a wheel and that rider in front of you makes a mistake, then down you go. Grunendahl, from that shot, looks as though he's starting to go clear. No, he's still got company. And that's Verweken of Belgium. Took a cursory glance back then just to see who was the nearest rider to him. And he quickly realised that it was Erwin Verweken. Verweken finished 5th overall this year in the World Cup. The Neely man, 2nd so many times, but never managed to win that world title. Maybe today could be his. Good style, he's looking good. Nice shot from the back of the group there that gives you an idea of the little gaps between the riders. It is 1 hour, isn't it, of total commitment here. Grunendahl at the front, Verweken 2nd wheel. Then from the Czech Republic, it is Dlask. In fact, Dlask looked as though he was trying to launch an attack there. He was coming down the left and gathering himself ready for an attack as we look back to the next riders coming through here. There's de Vos, he's really working hard. He's looking laboured to me, de Vos, and to think he was with de Klerk. He'll be rueing that Well, that almost fall on that corner, because if he'd have stayed with de Klerk, he would have been up with the leaders. Feet down all the time. It is treacherous out there. Conditions are glacial in places. That was Nace as they settle down again into their rhythm. I've seen many going into the pits, which surprises me. The bikes are absolutely soaking and dripping with water and slush, but I've seen too many bike changes. Now then, this looks like an attack from the Belgian Verweken, and he's got inevitably shadowing him the Czech Republic rider Zlask. He is tall, isn't he? As I say, 6'5", 6'6". That is exceptionally tall for a cyclocross rider. The rest of the group swings round de Klerk right at the back. They complete yet another lap under the gantry. 6 laps remaining. They've been racing now for nearly 25 minutes. There's the tempo. It is quick. Considering the arduous conditions, that is quick. So a breather on the tarmac, a little bit of welcome respite from the bouncing around, and it really does jar the wrists and the shoulders. They're all looking at each other, all looking for who's going to make the next move and getting their second wind as they're nearing the midway point of the race. De Klerk on the front. In fact, it's Van Open. Van Open is the man on the front. It looks so similar here, particularly with the mud all over them. So that's Van Open on the front. Still waiting to see who is going to make the first big attack. World Championships next year take place in Zolder in Belgium, and the winner of that amateur title that I mentioned a little earlier on, very, very talented bike rider indeed, that's Van Turenhout, has already been approached by quite a few top sponsors to turn pro, but he wants to stay in the amateur ranks to defend that crown. That's the composition of the leading riders at the end of lap 4. 27 seconds now, the gap to the nearest chasers, being led by Vandenberg of the Netherlands and Henrik Jernies of Denmark. 27 seconds, that's a very, very useful margin indeed. So it's pretty safe to assume now, barring any major accidents, that these are the 6 that are going to decide the medals. The hard shell helmets, of course, being worn by all the riders. You see the fans there. Oh, there's a crash there. That looks like the Belgian rider to me. The man I mentioned that always seems to finish second, Erwin Verweken. He's a man that's always dogged with bad luck, and that looked like Verweken that went down. Quickly recovered. We may just get a chance to see that again. Here it is. Let's take a look. Yes, he did. Oh, well, he was out of the saddle, trying to get a little more purchase, but the bike just went straight from under him, didn't it? Luckily, it didn't fetch anybody else down, but it disrupted his rhythm. In fact, he's slightly off the pace of the group, as you can see, running at this stage. Now then, is the bike okay? It appears to be. Look at the stadium. It looks as though he's done a shift down the pit, doesn't he? He's absolutely black all over, particularly after that flashpoint and collision with the ground. Here they come again, and inevitably another right-hander. There's rights and lefts, and the surface is treacherous, absolutely treacherous. Now, is he back onto this group? No, he's still slightly adrift, so Verweken has got to dig deep here and grit his teeth to try and get back into the wheel so he can get sucked along with the pace. Head of the race now, belonging to Sven Nys. Now this man is world ranked 3. Strength in depth of the Belgian nation, absolutely staggering. Just caught the glimpse of that yellow bike of Verweken, still adrift. He's a lovely slow motion underlining the technique of these riders as they come over the planks. Just one or two of the super strong riders, they tend to bunny hop those, but that's not a day for risking heroics such as that. Belgium as a nation have won this world title on many occasions. Their class is, well, unbounded. They have no equals. 17 times they've clinched the gold medal for this elite championship, and the man that's won the most is Eric de Vlaeminck. He's got 7 titles to his credit, Eric de Vlaeminck, now the national coach of the Belgian team. And if they were to win this, this would be the 10th time that he'd been the coach when Belgium had clinched the gold medal. Now then, trying to weaken the rest of the riders again here is this big rangy rider from the Czech Republic. And the man at the moment suffering at the back is Verweken, because he's trying to stay in touch as we catch a glimpse of one or two of the back markers there, and that looked like Nazarenko from Moldova. He's going to get some company in a moment, because the express train of the leading 6 is going to just sweep past him. That's if he doesn't pull off. Here they are, the leaders. The difference you could see there in speed over the back markers and the leaders, quite staggering. So Verweken, there he is. He's about 10 metres adrift, and he's looking very much now as though he's going to bridge the gap back to them. Super shot, that, isn't it, the way they come up over that little hill. There he is, Verweken. I think he's taking his time, actually. He's just composing himself and showing a little caution. Pops the foot down, no problem. Seems still to have plenty of strength left. It's amazing, really, because Verweken, when he was training and warming up on this course a couple of days before the title race, he fell quite heavily and damaged his knee. And there was some speculation about whether he would ride, and they were saying he's not 100%. But I haven't seen too many chinks in his armour here apart from that crash. And a couple of weeks before, Verweken also had the flu, so his final preparation for this title race has not been to his liking. These are the chasers behind that leading group, trying to get on terms. Looking a bit like Pontoni of Italy to me here, or he's in the next group, or it might be De Vos actually. They're not going to catch them. This is where the medals are going to come from. Now, if ever this fellow was going to win, Delask, that certainly would be a tremendous story for the home supporters. Radomir Simonuk was the last man to win this title. Simonuk from the Czech Republic, and he's won the amateur title twice and the junior once. Simonuk was the winner in 1991. British fans will remember Simonuk as well, because he won the amateur crown when the titles were held in Birmingham back in 1983. There's the composition of the leaders, as you see at the end of lap 5, and Verweken was actually trailing by 5 seconds at that stage. World champion Grunendahl still there, right in the middle of the group. So at the moment he's still handling this pressure very well, the pressure of defending the world title. Is this group going to fragment more? Are we going to see a rider going away, leaving them completely? All together, little to choose between them. And by now I think the fans will have underlined who they feel are the riders that are going to emerge in the medal positions.